Perfect. Hello everyone and welcome back. I'm the WellDressedWrencher. Today, we're diving deep into the final stages of rebuilding and reassembling our WRX short block. If you missed any of our previous episodes, don't worry. You can catch up by checking out the rest of the channel. In our last episode, we stripped down the block and set aside all our worn out parts. Since then, there have been some exciting developments and our parts table has grown. Let me walk you through the new additions and upgrades that will take our build to the next level. First off, after the heads were resurfaced and inspected for any damage, I installed new valve stem seals to make sure they are in top shape. I then tackled the notorious EGR system with a nifty DIY trick involving a 1/8 NPT pipe plug and some high temp sealant. I also picked up a shiny new oil pan because let's face it, the old one was a horror show of sludge and grime, plus a bunch of essential gaskets and O-rings. Intake, valve cover, head gaskets, you name it, we've got it, because we're all about that leak-free life. To ensure smooth operation of the engine, I grabbed a fresh set of spark plugs, plus a new timing belt and water pump kit. Lastly, I called up my friends at Subaru yet again so I could get a new PCV hose assembly and some newer hoses that were softer since our old ones cracked and fell apart when we took them off. I gave the flywheel a spa day with some sweet resurfacing. I'll also throw in this fresh clutch assembly. And because every gearhead loves a bit of performance, we went all out with polyurethane bushings for the shifter and a second-hand NVIDIA downpipe for that sweet turbo noise and quicker spool-up times. And last but certainly not least, the piece de resistance of our parts haul, a brand new Subaru STI Type R8 short block. With stronger internals means more reliability, more power, and more smiles per mile. So after enough shopping to make even the Kardashians jealous, it's time to get our hands dirty and dive into the assembly process. So stay tuned as we piece together this powerhouse of an engine and get one step closer to hearing that sweet Subaru rumble. Before we dive into this engine build, we've got to start with the basics. First up, we're securing the oil pan baffle and pickup tube. Subarus are all about that RTV life instead of gaskets. I'll let the RTV cure just right before torquing down these bolts. Now here's the trick with RTV. You want enough to seal it like Fort Knox, but not so much that you end up with a globby mess. I use my fingers to smooth out the bead and wipe off any excess for a clean finish. It's all about that finesse, people. Before we get the heads on, I do want to slightly oil these cylinder walls a little bit, just to help with the first cranks. Something so it isn't dry. We also need to oil the head bolts, the threads, and the washers. Now, Subaru, like many manufacturers, do recommend to replace your head bolts whenever you take them out and not to reuse them. In my experience, however, they can be reused a few times. If you're uncertain about reusing yours, it's probably safer just to opt for new ones and follow Subaru's recommended torque sequence. However, if you are like me and choose to reuse these, there's a shortcut in Subaru's provided steps since that's primarily meant for stretching the new bolts. All you do is skip ahead to the steps following bolt tightening after loosening, which I'll put on the screen now real quick. With the heads bolted down, we're on to installing the cams and cam caps. These front covers need some RTV love too. We'll let it harden a bit before we go full torque mode. Patience pays off, trust me.
front and your back. Be careful who you hug and you dab, cause these niggas ain't your brother like that.
As you can see, I went ahead and applied some engine oil onto the top of these valve shim buckets as well as some of the bearings. I'll put more on the cams once I get them in. This is the stuff I like to use. I'm not sponsored or anything. It's a great assembly oil that is kind of a mix between oil and grease. So it stays really thick even if you let the engine sit for a while.
Went from wearing Chuck Taylor to Balenciaga. Sweaty think I'm rubbing on the genie bottom. Give it not a saying nada, I'm just pushing product. I made my waves in the winter, now my summer hotter. Better catch up. Move too swift for all the lame shit. You asking for a favor, how I know we ain't the same, bitch. Watch how I in and out lane switch. They trying to earn cheese off a K, but they ain't Swiss.
Alright, while this RTV hardens in here, we're going to flip it over on the back side, torque the oil pan, and then we'll start on the other side head. When it comes to the valve covers, I'm a bit generous with the RTV if you couldn't tell. It's messy now, but it's the secret sauce to keeping those covers leak-free down the road. Just remember, if they ever have to come off, the cleanup is going to be messy in the future. I've already secured the oil pump and allowed the RTV to set, so now I'll torque those bolts. Then it's on to the small accessory lines and the water pump.
I want to tell you all about this day. What I felt, the cold, the heat. Let me hear you say, let's go to the beach. Let me hear you say, let's go. Let me hear you say, let's go to the beach. But that's all I can say. Justice.
And there's a rookie move on my part. I forgot the dipstick tube. No worries, just a quick reinstall and we'll be back in business. Alright folks, time to put the new dipstick in. Fingers crossed I don't break it like I did last time. Remember in that engine removal video? Perfect. It's time to get technical with the cam gears and timing components. I'm using a trusty old timing belt to hold these cam gears steady while I torque them just right. Precision is key here folks. These intake cam gears are the heart of our engine's timing. And finally, the moment we've all been waiting for, the timing belt. Once these guides are in, it's like pulling the pin on a hand grenade. Hopefully this engine won't become a hand grenade. And we're set. Now we're one step closer to the finish line, or would it be starting line in this case? And there we have it. This engine is fully assembled and sealed and basically ready to go. That wraps up the video for today. Next time we'll be tackling the reinstallation of the engine and, fingers crossed, starting it up for the first time. But before I do that, I'll quickly bolt up the clutch and flywheel once it's off the engine stand. Then I need to figure out a way to get this downpipe to fit onto the stock cat pack. But for now, I'm gonna go get some clean clothes on. I'm the WellDressedWrencher, and thanks for tuning into today's video. If you liked it, be sure to leave a comment, a like, subscribe, and also hit the bell icon so you don't miss the next step in this WRX's adventure. See you next time. There's gotta be one good take out of all that. It's gotta be.